Hi everyone, my name is Aristotle. Welcome to Brussels, the vibrant capital of Belgium, where rich history meets modern charm. Known for its stunning architecture and iconic landmarks, Brussels offers a unique blend of old-world beauty and contemporary flair. From exploring world-class museums to discovering hidden gems throughout the city, there's something for every traveler in this dynamic European hub. Join us as we uncover the top attractions that make Brussels a must-visit destination. Our first stop is La Grande Place, the most famous and breathtakingly beautiful spot in Brussels. Architecturally, it's one of the most magnificent squares in Europe, surrounded by grand historic buildings adorned with intricate details and gilded facades. As I stroll through the charming cobbled market square, I'm captivated by its rich and storied history, which dates back to the 12th century. The opulent buildings surrounding me showcase a fascinating mix of Gothic, Baroque, and neoclassical styles, representing the power and prestige of municipal leaders, dukes, and influential guilds. This architectural masterpiece is a striking example of Western culture's artistic brilliance and craftsmanship, reflecting the grandeur of Brussels as a political and commercial powerhouse. What amazes me most is how harmoniously different architectural styles blend together, creating a mesmerizing and culturally vibrant landmark. The Grand Place is a perfect illustration of the evolution and triumph of a flourishing mercantile city in Northern Europe at the height of its prosperity. I also discovered that all the buildings encircling the Grand Place are designated historic monuments. Thanks to meticulous preservation efforts and regular restoration projects led by the city and overseen by the Directorate of Monuments and Sites, this enchanting square retains its timeless elegance. Standing here surrounded by such majestic beauty, I can truly understand why the Grand Place is considered one of the most awe-inspiring and photogenic squares in the world. I highly recommend going to La Grande Place early in the morning to witness the stunning sunlight illuminating the buildings, capture beautiful photos in the perfect lighting, and avoid the crowds, as the place gets very crowded later in the day. Now, we're on the hunt for the Pis sculpture family. Many of you probably know about the famous Manneken Pis statue in Brussels, the little boy peeing into a fountain. But I was surprised to learn that he also has a sister and even a dog, who seem to share the same quirky habit. It feels like the Pis family is slowly taking over Brussels, one statue at a time. Of course, I couldn't resist the challenge, so I set out on a mission to find them all. Move on to Notre du Sablon, one of the most significant and stunning churches I've seen in Brussels. Located between Place du Grand Sablon and Place du Petit Sablon, this beautiful Gothic structure was built during the 14th and 15th centuries. It's one of the most remarkable architectural gems in the Belgian capital. What really stood out to me were the vibrant stained glass windows, which fill the interior with a colorful glow. The church's interior is simple yet elegant, reminding me of the Brussels Cathedral, but slightly smaller in size. One of the highlights I appreciated was the impressive wooden pulpit, crafted in 1697. The central nave is flooded with natural light, thanks to 11 stained glass windows, each standing 49 feet, 15 meters tall. The array of stained glass windows surrounding and illuminating the altar is absolutely breathtaking, and it was the most captivating part of my visit. We jumped into the Balloon Museum in Brussels, where this exhibition offers an amazing interactive experience. We had so much fun, and I'm sure you will too. I'm seeing this kinetic installation that celebrates the beauty of light and weightlessness. We saw illuminated balloons arranged in a grid, resembling celestial bodies gracefully dancing in the air. Stepped into a vivid universe filled with diverse characters, each with a unique personality. Synchronized chaos, created by Spanish artist Miranda Makarov for Emotionaire, stretches along an infinite corridor where brightly colored faces repeat in a mesmerizing pattern. For the artist, these faces serve as powerful symbols of human existence. I experienced an interactive artwork featuring large luminous tables, where cyan, magenta, and yellow inks floated on different levels. The word kaleidoscope comes from Greek, meaning to see beautiful forms, encouraging me to reflect on perception and beauty in a sensory way. I stepped into a radiant yellow universe, a pool of small yellow balls beneath a sky of matching balloons. The immersive multimedia show by Sila Sveta took me on an emotional journey where lights, sounds, and visuals amplified feelings like joy, sadness, anger, fear, and surprise. As I explored, I noticed some balls featuring Kismiklos's emogram, a creative blend of typography and emoji-inspired communication. As we explored Brussels, we came across the Church of Sainte-Catherine, a stunning structure built between 1854 and 1874 on the site of an old dock in the city's former port. Inspired by French Gothic architecture, it replaced a 14th century church that had become too small. It's hard to believe that this beautiful church was twice at risk of demolition. Once in the 1950s for an open-air parking lot, and again in 2011 for a proposed covered market. Thankfully, in 2014, it was entrusted to the priests of the Brotherhood of the Holy Apostles, ensuring its preservation for future generations. After visiting the Church of St. Catherine, we stepped outside and found ourselves at the magical Christmas market. The cobbled streets and charming squares of the city come alive during the Brussels Winter Wonders event, featuring a 2-kilometer-long stretch of snow-dusted market chalets, buzzing bars, and pop-up restaurants. Now we are heading back to Grand Place, where, during the Christmas season, the square transforms into a magical wonderland. Each evening, a breathtaking sound and light show brings the historic buildings to life with vibrant colors and enchanting music, creating a truly mesmerizing experience. Join us to enjoy this magical moment. We start our morning by joining an architectural tour because I love architectural design. During the tour, I'll see and explain to us the history of Brussels architecture. Our first stop is the Galeries Royales Saint-Hubert, where we can't help but admire its elegance and rich history. This spectacular project was initiated by architect Jean-Pierre Cloisonnière in the 1830s. As we walk through, we are using the magnificent architectural ceiling, which is absolutely stunning. The beautiful glass-roofed arcades let in natural light, creating an enchanting atmosphere. With its elegant architecture, upscale boutiques, and vibrant cultural spaces, it's no wonder this remains one of Brussels' most breathtaking landmarks. From the moment it opened, the galleries became the place to be for Brussels' fashionable elite. Designed as a lively hub, it featured luxury shops, auditoriums, cafes, restaurants, and apartments. We even buy some desserts to enjoy later, adding a sweet touch to our visit. We are heading over to the Mount of the Arts, an urban complex and historic site that houses significant landmarks like the Royal Library of Belgium, the National Archives of Belgium, and the Square. From here, we get to take in an amazing panoramic view of the city. This spot is also known for its beautiful public garden, which adds a touch of tranquility to the bustling surroundings. Walking through the garden feels incredibly peaceful and refreshing, making it a perfect place to pause and soak in the beauty of Brussels. Walking through Brussels feels like stepping into a living museum of architectural beauty. I've always been fascinated by Art Nouveau and Art Deco, and this city is a treasure trove of both styles. Brussels is considered the birthplace of Art Nouveau, thanks to visionary architects like Victor Horta, Paul Hancart, and Henry van de Velde. As I explore, I can't help but admire the flowing lines, floral motifs, intricate ironwork, and stained glass windows that make these buildings feel so alive. There's a certain harmony with nature in their designs, and every detail tells a story. By the 1920s and 1930s, Art Deco took over, bringing a bold new look. I love how this style embraces geometric shapes, symmetry, and luxurious materials, creating an elegant and modern aesthetic. The contrast between the two styles makes the city even more captivating. Every street I walk down reveals another masterpiece, and I can't wait to see more. Brussels truly is a paradise for architecture lovers like me. As we are walking through downtown Brussels, we spot a massive octopus sculpture called Nauti-poulpe. Its giant tentacles emerge from the cobblestones at the center of Place Pollard, with one of its semi-furled feelers stretching skyward, revealing a row of menacing suckers. This colossal 12-ton bronze behemoth stands among other giants, the scaffolded Palace of Justice and the towering Ferris wheel, creating a surreal and striking scene in the heart of the city. After seeing Nauti-poulpe, we arrive at the Royal Palace of Brussels. This is where the King of Belgium exercises his authority as head of state and serves as the official palace of the King and Queen of Belgium. Unfortunately, we can't go inside since it's closed to tourists. It's only open from July to September. However, the exterior is stunning, with its elegant architecture and a beautifully manicured garden. We take our time, enjoying the view and strolling through the peaceful surroundings. We're back at our hotel and starting to eat the chocolates and desserts we picked up from the Royal Gallery of St. Hubert. They're absolutely delicious. I highly recommend trying some chocolates in Brussels because they are amazing. Right now, we are here at Cinquantenaire Park, a stunning landmark established in 1880 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Belgium's independence. This park beautifully combines elegant French-style gardens with rich history, featuring impressive monuments, sculptures, and museums. At its heart stands a grand triumphal arch, with 3 arches and a bronze quadriga at its peak, offering breathtaking panoramic views of Brussels. Wide pathways lead to remarkable attractions such as the Pavilion of Human Passions, designed by Victor Horta, the Royal Museum of the Armed Forces and Military History, the Art and History Museum, and Auto World, a museum dedicated to vintage automobiles. Cinquantenaire Park also has plenty of green spaces where you can relax and enjoy the surroundings. The one thing you don't want to miss here in Brussels is the Atomium. Halfway between sculpture and architecture, it was created as the centerpiece of the 1958 Brussels World's Fair. Designed to represent an iron crystal magnified 165 billion times, with 9 interconnected spheres, it proudly stood as the emblem of innovation. Over the years, its unique silhouette has come to symbolize the spirit of Brussels and the identity of Belgium. And at night, the Atomium transforms into a dazzling spectacle, glowing with stunning lights that make the experience even more magical. We are here at the Basilica of the Sacred Heart, built in the Art Deco style, standing 89 meters tall and 167 meters long, making it the 5th largest church in the world. Located on the outskirts of Brussels in the Kokelberg neighborhood, this architectural masterpiece of the 20th century was created to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Belgian independence. I learned that the first stone was laid by King Leopold II in 1905, but due to interruptions during World War I and World War II, the church wasn't completed until 1971. The first thing I noticed was its impressive green dome, which contrasts beautifully with the red terracotta stones of the building. Inside, the expansive space immediately draws my gaze upward to the stunning dome. In this chapter, I'll share more about the Art Deco style, the stained glass, sculptures, and the liturgical furniture and crockery of the Basilica. Architect Albert van Huffel aimed to uncover the deeper meaning behind architectural ornamentation. His life's work, the creation of this national basilica, is one of the most significant and honest examples of Art Deco architecture in Western Europe. The Art Deco style is characterized by clean lines and simple volumes made from brick, stone, and natural materials. The structure is built entirely of reinforced concrete, with glazed terracotta used as a permanent framework. The first stained glass was installed in 1937, and the collection grew over time thanks to donations from religious groups, Christian organizations, and societies. I learned that 10 of Belgium's top stained glass artists from the mid-20th century designed the windows, and the quality of the stained glass varies, reflecting the diverse artistry of the era. The Basilica of the Sacred Heart in Kuckelberg is an iconic example of Art Deco architecture. That's it for my Brussels adventure. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Aristotle, signing off. See you in the next destination.